Really some of very engaging insights and readings today, all of them. And I was recalling one of the great theologians from the last century who made the comment that the Christian of the future will be a mystic or not be. He didn't give a lot of alternatives. And we might think that means we have to all join a religious order or become a hermit. But sometimes the word mystic maybe takes on a connotation that is a specialist, not for everybody. But wasn't his intention. And I sense that that's maybe something that might help us with this gospel, at least today, as we hear Jesus speaking not to the scribes and Pharisees this time, not to the crowds, but to his disciples. These were his followers, so there's a specific invitation to his followers and those who would be close with him, listening to him on a daily basis, that even them, there might be a danger that they would need to be paying attention to. And I would suggest that maybe we could compare it to us saying to a friend, give me some of the friendship that you have with that person. What? I can't give you my friendship. I can't give you something like that. That's not possible. Or give me some of your hope. Give me some of the light that comes out from you when you share about God. Well, you can't share that type of thing, although we would want to, and maybe that's what ultimately we want people to ask those type of questions, like what's the source of our joy? How is it that we have this gift of faith, and what is it that we have? And so we can't really give it to anybody, even though we would want to, and we want to make a choice for them to accept what we have. But that's just not possible. And Jesus, I sense, is warning the disciples to not think that just because they're a part of this blessed group, that they don't have some work to do on their own, and not just work, but maybe finding ways to be active in welcoming Jesus in a way that maybe that theologian, Father Karl Rahner, was suggesting that we don't have the same support system maybe than our society and world for faith. And so without that deep personal relationship with Jesus, we're in danger of missing it. And that's not something that just happens on an occasional basis on a Sunday maybe, but it's surrounding us and wanting to be our nourishment every moment. And how do we find ways to welcome that in a way that's both personal and yet also seeing that that's how what we are joined together here today with other individuals who have that same calling, that same vocation to be in that intimate relationship with Jesus Christ. And that takes time. It takes some response to his invitation to be nourished by the story, the word, and also by his very life. And so we can give thanks and praise to God today that we've heard the call and have woken up a bit to what's essential in our lives and coming here. We're here. And yet just by the very fact that we're here, says Jesus, and it's not enough. It's also now what type of attitude and what type of behavior now is being formed in us by God's word and sacraments, so that we will always be ready, always attentive, never worried or anxious about his coming, because we're doing what he's asking us to do. We're responding to him and trying in some ways to ask and live lives that make others ask, how can I get that? How can I get what they've got? I want that. And how do I do that? Well, how about inviting Jesus to be the center of your life? Oh, okay. So we give an opportunity to share that message and by our witness, and hope, please God, that it might be more and more a transparent witness, that we might be living in that way that leads others to give glory and praise to God.